The regular season is in the books. Conference champions have been crowned. But tonight, the chance to turn a good season into a great one kicks off. It's playoff time, and just like the weather, one win now can wash away a lot. Just ask the Cardinals. Both of them. Tears of joy for at least one team falling from the sky in Middleton. Big 8 rival Sun Prairie pays a visit. Middleton gets off to a great start. Cam Molly, short TD run, gives the home team a 9-zip lead in the first quarter, but turnovers kill them. Sun Prairie's Marquise Reuter, with a great second, maybe even third effort, gets in for the touchdown. After a fumbled punt and a kickoff fumbled, the latter of which was returned for a TD, Sun Prairie goes to the air. J.P. Curran to Nate Verstegen. That big gainer sets another touchdown. 21-9 lead just before the half, though. Middleton answers. Brennan Schmidt buys time, finds Myron Ashford in the end zone. Middleton trailed by 5 at the half, but Sun Prairie pulls off the upset, beating the Big 8 champs 30-23. Another Big 8 rematch. La Follette won the first meeting 7-6 back in week 2 against Memorial. Tied at 7 early in the fourth. Emmett Enright finds a wide open Jason Wee over the middle. He'll go 55 yards for the touchdown. Puts the Spartans up 14-7. Lancers facing a 3rd and 18 from the Memorial 25 on the next drive. Julian Patton, his favorite target. I just decided he's his favorite. Braden Jornby gets his foot inbounds. Refs say yes. Extra point was no good, but Memorial still up by 1. Enright will push that to 8. He keeps it himself. Goes in from 3 yards out. The Spartans hang on for a 21-13 victory and advance to level 2. Also in the Big 8, East loses at Oconomowoc, and Verona falls 10-3 at Arrowhead. It was an emotional night for a couple of teams for different reasons, and Ryan Wing joins us with highlights of our Blitz big game where the Silver Eagles paid honor to a coaching legend.
Rob, football not at the forefront of the Monona Grove community heading into their Level 1 matchup against Jefferson. Legendary Silver Eagles coach Dick Rundle passed away yesterday at the age of 80. The Silver Eagles honoring him tonight with the DR stickers on the back of their helmets. And Coach Rundle would have been proud of how Torrin Young ran tonight. The Iowa commit starts off the 2-minute drill at the end of the half with the 10-yard run. The Eagles had zero answer for Young in this one. Busts this up the middle, bounces to the outside, then going to use the stiff arm, go 44 yards for the touchdown. Get this, 13 carries, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns for Young, all in the first half. How about the defense? Jefferson's Zach Peterson picked by Thomas Miles at the end of the half. The Silver Eagles shut out Jefferson 31-0. They'll get Mount Horeb Barneveld in level 2. Another rematch, week 8. Milton knocked off Oregon 16-7. Rough go offensively for both sides. Thank you, Mother Nature. Especially the Redhawks. QB Isaac Phillips sacked by a pair of Panthers near his own goal line. Game stays scoreless. That is until Oregon's Trent Ricker on the QB sneak plows his way in from a yard out, 7-0 Panthers. The defense does the rest. Cheney Passer takes the handoff. We'd like to give it back. No place to go. Oregon gets the road win, 14-7. Reedsburg, also an easy winner in Division III.
Thank you very much, Ryan. As you know, one of the signs of a great program in any sport is to stay at or near the top, even when dealing with adversity. On the outside, things always look like smooth sailing, but Pat Rice knows better and yet still has his Warriors in title contention. In Division II, Waunakee hosting Toma. Just before the half, Waunakee up 14-zip. Hunter Shep trying to add to that lead. Gets an opening. Big run here, but he'll be brought down from behind. The drive stalls out. Fast forward now to the 3rd. Shep getting another chance in Toma territory. Beast mode. 4 tacklers can't bring him down. Rumbles for the 23-yard score. Warriors up 21-zip. They go on to a 35-0 victory. They'll host DeForest next week. What better way to baptize a newbie in our department than tossing him right into the fire, albeit a soggy one? For his first time as part of the NBC 15 sports team, Lucas Mayer joins us with highlights from Evansville.
Thanks, Rob. It was soggy indeed. There was no doubt who was the favorite with the Blue Devils and Pirates matching up. Evansville-Albany ran the table in the regular season, while Pewaukee just punched his ticket last week, finishing 5-4. Was an upset in store. Let's find out. Out to the game we go. And tough field conditions to deal with, but Riker Brown, well, he was enjoying the rain and mud, bulldozing his way through the line, falls over the line. Blue Devils are up 7-0. Now, Pewaukee had trouble getting past the Evansville-Albany line. Brock Giles blows up that run play. Under a minute left in the half. Blue Devils threatening. Hey, they're fooling everyone, including me. Quarterback Zachary Milkey, the sneaky devil. He finds the end zone, puts Evansville-Albany up 14-0 at halftime. They go on to win by that exact score. Now, a similar situation in Division 4, undefeated Lodi having given up just 34 points this season, facing 4-5 Platteville. The Hillmen pulling out the tricks early. Halfback pass. Jason Withrow loads up, launches one, but it is picked off by Alex Mashak. Nice play right there. Ensuing Blue Devils drive. Mark Nellen going to work on the ground. He gets the first beastly run right there. A few plays later, Garrett Schreiber with the play action. Easy dump off to Zach Stuke. He makes it into the end zone. Blue Devils take the early and rout Plattsville 45-13. They will host Bigfoot next week. So 2 games there, one full of offense, the other more about defense, but both result in Blue Devil wins. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you very much, Lucas, and welcome to Madison. Now, it's been a special season for Beloit Turner, making it to the playoffs after winning a total of 13 games in the previous 12 years, while the 2015 campaign was perfect for Columbus until last week's regular season finale loss at Lodi. Tonight, one team's dream season ends. Just over 5 minutes left when the band was cranking it up here in the first quarter. Cardinals get a field goal by kicker Logan Wright from the 25. It bounces around and in. It's like pinball. The game's 3-zip. 2 minutes left in the half. 4th and 1 on the 4-yard line. Fullback Jake Smith runs it in for the first touchdown. Cardinals led 10-zip after the extra point. 2 seconds left in the first half. Beloit Turner makes a 25-yard field goal. It was 10-3 at the halftime. Cardinals start out the second half strong. Just over 30 seconds in, they march down the field. Jake Smith scores again on a 4-yard run, makes it 17-3, and Columbus wins going away over Turner.